And welcome back, Gamer Nation. SKS here with another episode of Law and Order Legacies. That last one was a real hair raiser. Maybe now we can see what actually is going to happen. I'm sure they'll get the cross testimony.
Mr. Trevino, let's start with something easy. Please state your current address.
My address? You kidding me?
Go on.
I'm at Altona Correctional Facility.
So, you're in jail.
Yes.
Convicted of a felony?
Yes.
Objection! Defense is improperly introducing the witness's criminal history to impeach his credibility.
Under FRE 609A, it's allowed, Your Honor.
He's got you there, Mr. Cutter. Please, continue.
Did you take a deal in exchange
I heard
for
a
your
cough.
testimony?
Yes.
I imagine the deal got sweeter the more you had to say about my client.
Objection! I didn't hear a question there, Your Honor.
Sustained.
He did ask a question.
Isn't it true your deal was contingent not just on your testimony, but the quality of that testimony?
What, you think the DA wants to hear me sit up here and talk about my cats? Of course my testimony has to be good.
Answer only the question I asked, Mr. Trevino.
Yes.
Isn't it true that in almost any other trial, this testimony would be considered hearsay and therefore completely...
He doesn't know that. Object.
Objection!
No expert knowledge? Is that what Yes.
Mr. Trevino is not a lawyer. He isn't expected to know that, nor is it relevant.
I agree. Move on, Mr. Vance. Sustained.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me categorize Mr. Trevino's testimony for you. It is a story told by a convicted felon in exchange for reduced punishment. Even if it's true, these are the words of a dying assassin, a man with no morals whatsoever. Why would any reasonable person ever rate this against the innocence of a man who has been a pillar of New York society for his entire life?
Objection!
He's just arguing, being a dick.
Your Honor, Mr. Vance is arguing his case, not questioning the witness.
Sustained. Cut it out, counsel.
There's another
I have
cough.
no further questions for this witness.
Oh, he's such a dick. Such a dick.
The people rest their case, Your Honor.
Very well. And Mr. Vance?
Motion to dismiss the charges against my client. The people have failed to adequately meet the burden of proof. The state must prove the critical facts of the case to the appropriate level of certainty. They have not done so.
I don't know. I heard some pretty good juice, Mr. Vance. I'm denying your motion. Call your witnesses.
We call Allison Conway to the stand.
Oh.
Miss Conway, can you describe your relationship with the defendant?
Yes, Giles, Mr. Bedford is the grandfather to my child. His son Harrison and I were involved in high school. And now, of course, he is the CEO of the corporation I work for.
How many years have you known him?
Since 1998.
In that time, have you ever seen him act violent or unpredictable? Miss Conway?
No. No, I never have.
Many people have said Mr. Bedford disapproved of your relationship, thought you were from the wrong side of the tracks. But this is rumor that's been blown out of proportion, correct?
I could say he's leading. I mean, I'm in the lead, so it's not like it's going to matter at this
Objection,
point.
Your Honor.
We'll say leading, right? Yes.
The defense is leading Miss Conway through her testimony.
Sustained.
Can you describe how Mr. Bedford acted towards you and the baby after the murder?
He was nice. The whole family welcomed me and my son. He paid for my medical bills, and schooling. He paid for everything. He got me this job. Told me I should work for him.
Miss Conway, is something wrong?
No, I'm fine.
So you think Mr. Bedford felt kindly toward you, maybe even like the daughter he never had?
Oh, fuck
Objection,
that.
Your Honor.
She can't answer for him.
Speculation.
Yeah.
Miss Conway can't read Mr. Bedford's mind.
Sustained.
And in your opinion, did Mr. Bedford treat you like someone he was ashamed of or did not like?
No. No, quite the opposite. More like he owed me something.
No further questions. Thank you, Miss Conway.
Miss Carmichael, your witness.
Miss Conway has given multiple depositions regarding the facts of this case, and we have no further need to question her.
Well, that was awkward.
Dr. Markovich, how long have you been treating Giles Bedford?
I've been the family doctor for over 13 years.
And in that time, did you treat him with Banaxylene?
Yes, I did. Mr. Bedford works in a very high-stress financial situation, and he wanted medication that would help him relax and be more effective.
Did you ever observe any side effects?
No, I did not, nor did he report any.
Have any of your patients, or any patients you've heard of, ever reported side
Okay, now
effects
this
while
doesn't matter. Object. Yes.
Objection.
Who gives a shit about all these other people? Relevance.
Relevance. The medical histories of other patients are completely irrelevant. The doctor is testifying about Mr. Bedford.
Sustained.
In the 13 years you have treated Mr. Bedford, have you ever seen him display aggressive or violent tendencies to anyone in his immediate family on medication or off it?
No, sir. No, I have not.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We're
Good
getting the
afternoon,
shaft.
Doctor. I just have a few questions for you today. A few things to clear up. Read this disclaimer, please. It's the drug warning for Banaxylene.
This drug may make you dizzy or drowsy or cause blurred vision. Avoid alcoholic beverages. Older adults may be more sensitive to the side effects of this drug, especially loss of coordination and drowsiness. Banaxylene may cause symptoms including mental mood changes, sleep disturbance, increase in aggression, feelings of paranoia, or hallucinations.
Increase in aggression. You know that when you were treating Mr. Bedford?
I never knew Banaxylene had any side effects until I was called to testify for this trial.
What? What? No. Stop lying. You told us when we was in the hospital room. He told detectives it could be fatal. He told detectives it had nasty side effects. He warned Giles about the side effects. He told detectives during the deposition after Giles was arrested.
You told detectives that you knew Banaxylene had, quote, some nasty side effects.
I did? Well, if they say so.
Oh.
How often did you check in on Giles Bedford?
Every 180 days.
Okay, that's true. I remember that.
So how can you say that you did or did not see any side effects? That's a half year of not seeing your patient. Anything could happen in that time. One final thing, Doctor. When detectives originally talked to you in Mr. Bedford's hospital room, you told them something very interesting.
I did?
Oh, yes. Do you remember what it was?
No.
I'll remind you. You told them when, exactly, Mr. Bedford discovered Allison Conway was pregnant. When you told him secretly.
Oh.
Remember
Objection.
when you said that was? Relative to the date of the murder?
Sometime after.
No, it was before. He didn't tell Giles, he told Allison. It was the day of the murder. It was before! I hope he yells this out. Do it. Do it. Do it.
No. You told Giles Bedford that Allison was pregnant before the murder. Before. He knew about the secret pregnancy because you told him. And he was angry. You said so yourself.
Yes. Furious.
So furious, in fact, that he contacted Frank Vincenzo Jr. and arranged to have her shot dead. In cold blood.
Oh my God.
Objection, Your Honor.
Withdrawn. No further questions.
Oh, but the oh, oh man. You can't just... I love how they do that. They just say shit, and then they're like just withdrawn.
Allison, what are you doing here?
I want to talk.
As long as the trial is still underway, I'm afraid there's not much I can say to you.
Fine, so I'll do the talking. There's something I've tried very hard to push down, to forget. But it's coming back. Mr. Bedford always told me the baby was a surprise to him. He never, ever mentioned he knew about it beforehand. So when you said the name, it didn't click before.
What name?
Frank Vincenzo Jr. Can you show me a picture of him? Thank you.
What?
Your Honor, the people call Allison Conway to the stand as a friendly witness.
Objection. What's going on here, Mike?
Both of you, approach.
Allison Conway recently had a breakthrough, and her memory is crucial to the people's case. We want to call her to testify.
I've had no warning of this.
She has additional evidence to present.
I'll move for a mistrial as soon as she leaves the stand.
And I will decide whether your motion has merit.
Oh,
Not
shit.
A moment before. Now, take a deep breath and listen to what your witness has to say. You introduced her. Now you get to take your lumps, Mr. Vance. Mr. Cutter, your witness.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Miss Conway, can you tell us why you're here today?
After I was shot, my memory was spotty, but over the years, I've been able to put some pieces back together.
And you
She never
recently
changes
remembered
clothes.
something about the shooting.
I haven't thought about that day in years. I've tried not to. My life was perfect in some ways. There was no reason to remember. But this trial, it's all coming back.
Oh, shit. There's no new... That was there before.
Tell us about what you remember on the day of the shooting.
It was a school day. I went to Harrison's house in the afternoon, like I usually did, but he wasn't there. Mr. Bedford said he sent him on an errand and he wouldn't be back soon. Mr. Bedford knew we had a track meet coming up, so he suggested I take a run in the park while I waited. He would have his driver take me over there. I felt uncomfortable in the house, so I said fine and got changed. As I was about to leave, Harrison came back early. He asked where I was going, and when I told him, he said he wanted to come with me. He was scared about the pregnancy, but protective too. Proud even. So it was just the two of us out for a run. Harrison didn't even bother changing. I remember he had this funny Argyle sweater on.
Sure. The two were known as the preppy joggers. The pair of the Argyles were Argyle's choice of all serious runners. The upper crust elite always favor complicated Scottish textiles. The upper crust elite always favor complicated Scottish textiles. Thank you, Andrew Carnegie. Wow. They were known as the preppy joggers.
Anyway, we got in the car and Harrison noticed right away. The driver, he was new. Harrison asked him his name and he told us. I remember it because it was a funny coincidence. He had the same name as Harrison's brother, Frank. When Detective Curtis showed me the picture of Frank Vincenzo Jr., I knew what you had done. It wasn't enough you wanted the tramp from the wrong side of the tracks out of your son's life. You wanted me dead. And your unborn grandchild.
No.
Uh-oh.
Frank wasn't a driver. He was a hitman, hired to kill me. And he followed us into the park. But then Harrison fought back, protected me. And he ended up paying the ultimate price for your anger. When you realized what you had done, to assuage your dirty, rotten conscience, you took me in, paid my bills, bought my love and loyalty. You bastard!
Miss Conway.
Well, the truth is out, Giles. And now the whole world will know what you are. What you always were. Murderer.
Thank you, Allison. No further questions.
Gut check. Wow. Wow, it all just full circled. Oh my god, we've went 360 degrees.
How long has the jury been out?
6 hours.
What do you think they'll come back with?
Lots of circumstantial evidence. Defense knocked us around pretty good.
Jerry likes us.
Sure. But remember, all it takes is one.
One person to undo a decade of police work.
Lennie would be proud, Ray. I hope you know that.
Poor Lennie.
Thanks, LT. Showtime.
Have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
And how do you find?
On the count of murder in the first degree, we find the defendant, Giles Bedford, guilty.
And on the count of attempted murder?
Guilty.
We thank you for your service. Defendant is remanded into custody until sentencing.
Well, Vance has already filed his appeal.
Of course. We saw that coming a mile away.
Doesn't matter. You won today, and that's what's important.
And tomorrow, do it all over again.
That's how it worked when I was ADA. But tonight, we celebrate. Dinner's on me.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Lenny. How you doing? Look, I came out here. I just wanted to tell you. We got him. After all these years, we got him. It was nice having one last chance to work with you on a case. Funny. It really doesn't seem like that long ago. But you blink your eyes and everything's different. People disappear, faces change. But, well, at least the city is still the same.
That's sad.
Anyways, thanks. Couldn't have done it without you, old man.
Wow. That brought a little tear to my eye. But anyway, gamers, this has been the conclusion. I am actually literally wiping away a tear right now. That is the conclusion of Law & Order Legacies. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I know that I have. As always, thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll come up with something good next time. R.I.P. Lennie. Good night, gamers. I don't know. I wanted to say goodnight, but I just want to keep going too. Anyway, I enjoyed this series. I enjoyed it all the way through. I hope you all have enjoyed it. Again, it wasn't the toughest of games, but it was nice. But as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.